Hello, hello. All right, let's begin. Jenny C coming in. We're going to start sitting on our heels. So great to, if you have a block or maybe something else to sit on, but you could take something in between the heels to sit up on, and that props you up a little bit more and gives you more space to come into a neutral position in the pelvis, which helps us get the neutral position in the spine, which is overall helps us find a more comfortable seat so that we're not holding or cranking the body in certain ways, going against the natural curves. So that's why if you do have something to sit up on, that really helps. And you can take that block even to, the midpoint or the higher point, maybe both 2 blocks there. But just lift yourself up if you can. Otherwise, just sitting on top of the heels. And we'll just take a few minutes here in this position. We'll close the eyes. Coming into your yoga space. Letting the hands rest lightly on top of the thighs or closer to the knees. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. And think about reaching up through the crown of the head. So finding some length as we sit and ground down into our seat. We'll lift up through the top of the head. All right, taking some breaths here, breathing in and out of the nose if that's possible. Maybe in through the nose, out of the mouth. Connecting with the breath in some way. Now go ahead and stay here a little longer if you'd like, or I'm going to give us an option to take it back a little bit. So only come back if you feel okay releasing that block or whatever we have underneath us and sitting in between the heels. Or you just might work there for a few breaths. Pretty good stretch for the ankles, knees, quads. Or we could start to take those hands back behind us and maybe just work here, breathe, or start to lower down to the forearms. And maybe all the way taking the top of the head back and then working your way onto the back of the head and the shoulders towards the floor. Pretty good back bend there. So take it up if it's too intense. And let's just take 3 more breaths wherever you are along that range. Let's just open the heart. Inhale wherever you are. And exhale. If you're back, go ahead and start to make your way up. Lift the heart. Walk the elbows underneath you. Press into the hands. And then let's make our way into down dog. Everyone. Down dog. Tuck the toes. Straighten out those legs. Probably feels good after sitting on them for that time. We could also make this a child's pose, but in that down dog, pedal out the feet, bend the knees, shake out the head, yes, no. Yay, perfect. Couple more breaths here in your down dog, and then we'll start moving. This is vinyasa, so we do flow and move with the breath. So from your down dog, walk our gaze forward. We'll walk the feet forward to meet the hands come into a rag doll for a few breaths. So knees bent, let the head go, grab opposite elbows, find that sway. rocking. And then on your next inhale, bend the knees a lot, and we'll make our way up to standing. Let the head and neck come up last. And then we'll bring the palms together in front of the heart. Feet apart or closer together. Samasthiti. Feel free to close your eyes here and find that breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth or out of the nose. Couple more breaths like that. Inhale. Exhale, rounding down through the feet. One more breath here. As you inhale, lift up through the crown of the head. Exhale, grounding down into the feet. All right, let's open the eyes. Take those arms out and up as you inhale. We'll come into sun salutation A. Exhale, swan dive forward, leave at the heart. Come into a fold. And then inhale, halfway lift, hands to the shins or fingertips reaching the floor. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into our plank, lower down to the belly. This first round, we'll take it to the belly and then come into cobra. So our chest lifts, slight pressure in the hands, squeeze the elbows in, and then lower that chest down, press up and back. Down dog or child's pose. You choose what you want your rest to be. That could also be a tabletop position. We're doing cat and cow. Or standing, maybe taking the hands to a wall and just flattening the back, getting into the hamstrings. All right, one more breath wherever you are. Perfect. From your down dog, gaze forward, walk, step, or jump the feet to meet the hands as you exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up to standing. Inhale. Release the hands in front of the heart. Exhale. Let's do it. Round two. Sun salutation A. Inhale those arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back into our plank. Chaturanga to the belly or hover. Nice and strong in that hover. And then press up into up dog or cobra. Up dog or thighs are lifted. Lifting up and back, down dog or child's pose. Take some breaths. Perfect. On your next inhale, gaze forward in between the hands. As you exhale, walk, step, or jump the feet forward, and then halfway lift at the top of the mat. Fold. Rise up to standing. Excuse me. Exhale. Release those hands. All right, let's move on. Chair. Sinking back into a chair. So weight in the heels, arms extend. Take a couple breaths here. Belly in. We've done a lot of these chair positions this week in my classes for sure. So you might feel a little sore here. Feel free to take the arms out of it. Focus just on the legs. We'll take a couple more breaths. Couple more breaths. Sink the weight into the heels. Maybe even lift the toes a little bit. All right, on your next inhale, we'll straighten those legs. Reach the arms up, slight back bend here as we lift the heart up and back. And then exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into your plank, chaturanga to the belly or hover. Up dog or cobra, chest lifts. Down dog, press back. Right leg lifts from here, inhale. Exhale, step the foot forward, coming up into crescent lunge. So I'm going to give you Two options here, crescent lunge or warrior one, back foot flattens and angles out about 45 degrees. We're gonna take it into a humble warrior. So let's reach those arms up as you inhale, and then hands come behind you, exhale. Interlace fingers or grab for opposite elbows or wrists, and then we'll come forward to the inside of this front leg. So again, you could flatten the foot, make it a little bit more stable for balance, or stay on the ball of the back foot. Also could lower the back knee down and just take that head forward, heart forward. One more breath there. And then as you come up, we'll inhale, release the arms, take the arms overhead, exhale, hands come forward, step back into plank, chaturanga through, or always an option to skip these as well. We'll meet in down dog for our second side. Left side, when you're ready, inhale, left leg lifts, exhale, step the foot forward, come on up. Crescent lunge or that warrior one. And two, in warrior one, I like to widen my feet a little wider from side to side, making it a little bit more accessible for the hips. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, interlace fingers once again, but opposite interlace. So opposite thumb is on top, or we're just reaching behind our back and then releasing forward into our humble warrior to the inside of that bent knee. Let the head go, let it all go here. Surrender. Next inhale, go ahead and come on up. Release the arms, take them overhead. And then exhale, hands release down, step back, plank. Chaturanga, we'll meet in down dog. First, up dog or cobra if you'd like. Open that chest. Down dog. Let's take some breaths there. Check in with our body. How are we feeling up to this point, mentally as well? Where are thoughts going? Keep coming back to the practice, back to the body, back to the breath. All right, let's gaze forward from your down dog. Walk, step, or jump the feet to meet the hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Rise up to standing. Inhale. Hands release. Exhale. All right, let's do a balance. So we're focusing on some back bending tonight. We're going to do dancers here. Get a little open around the front of the hips. So let's find your balance. Feel free to come to a wall or a chair. We're going to take this right foot in, reach for the ankle or the foot, and then the left arm reaches up. Now this might be enough here. Maybe you're feeling a little wobbly tonight. Bringing your gaze on something eye level really helps. And then feel free to start to lift that right knee back and up. The chest will come forward, pressing the foot into the hands. Couple more breaths there. As you lift that back leg, the chest comes forward a little bit more, maybe one more breath. And release. Shake it out. All right, other side. We're going to do 2 rounds of this one. I'm going to give us another option the next time around, but let's do the second side. Left foot in. Find your balance, right arm lifts. This is a great place to work. Balance, stability in that standing leg and foot. Next option would start to take that left knee, yes, left knee back and up. Chest starts to come forward. The gaze maybe lowers to the floor. Couple more breaths. Perfect. Go ahead, come on up, release, shake it out. All right, one more time on each side. Our option here, let's take our right foot in. Option is to take both hands to this foot. Both hands to this foot, and that's going to deepen the opening in the chest and the shoulders. So, or either variation that we just did. So both hands on that foot, and then we'll start to lift that leg back behind us. Opening chest. The chest might not come as much forward, but that's okay. Keep opening our chest, lifting the back leg up wherever you are. Let me see you, looking beautiful. Nice, Cheryl. Great, Stacy. I know, sorry if I'm messing up your balance. Usually in like a yoga room, I'll hide at this time when we're doing balance, so I don't mess with the focus. All right, go ahead, release that side, and we'll take it into the other side. So take a moment to find that grounding in the standing. So one hand or both hands here. We might just stay standing or start to lift that knee behind us. Chest comes forward. Beautiful. Hold a couple more breaths. And release. Shake it out. Great job. All right, let's come back to the top of the mat. We'll vinyasa to the floor. Inhale those arms out and up. Exhale, swan dive, fold. Halfway lift. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, chaturanga. Meet in down dog. Take a moment here. Get a sip of water if you need it. Lower to the knees for a moment. Or just rest. Maybe take the forehead to the floor in child's pose. All right, from your down dog, when you're ready, get back there, and we'll move from there. From your down dog, let's lift the right leg up. Exhale, step the foot forward. Lower this back knee down and sink the hips forward. So we're coming into a lunge, dragon, or Anjaneyasana. So sink those hips forward and come on up. Option with the arms. We could come into those cactus arms, which I love, opens the chest. Or maybe extending the arms, lifting the gaze up and back a bit more. So the idea is to keep that length in the spine as we lift up and back. Taking the belly off the thigh as much as we can as we lift up and back. One more full breath here. And we'll release those hands forward on either side of the front foot, and then start to straighten the leg, coming into a half split. So this right leg straightens, lift the toes, and then square hips. So left hip forward, right hip back as we fold over this front leg. Blocks are great here on either side of the leg. One more breath. Hello, hamstring. This will tell you where you're at, your hamstring. As will the full split, right? This is half. All right, let's go ahead. Bend the front knee, plant the hands, step back into our down dog. Other side, left leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, step the foot forward, back knee lowers down, and come on up as you sink the hips forward. So hip flexor, a lot of hip flexor on this right side. And this front knee really reaching forward. Take the arms however you'd like. Keep sinking the hips forward and keep lifting the heart up and back. One more breath. And release. Take those hands forward. We'll straighten the front leg. Keep squaring hips. Fold over. All right, on your next inhale, bend the knee, plant the hands, step back into our down dog. All right, from here, we're going to take it to the belly and work on floor bow. So if we're not coming on our belly, we can work from a tabletop position and work with bird dog. And I'll kind of go through that a little bit more as we go on. So the bird dog is right arm forward, left leg back. Otherwise, we're on our belly. Taking the hands underneath the shoulders, hug elbows in, and make sure we're grounded into the pelvis, the tops of the feet. And then go ahead, when you're ready, lift the chest. So you can press gently into the hands. We don't need to come up very high. And release. All right, once again, come on up, lift the chest. Now lift the hands and hover the hands. See, your chest might lower a little bit. Lift chest, lift hands, lift, hold, and release. All right, now we lift heart, hands, and legs. Here we go. Heart, hands, legs lift. Keep our neck long, hugging elbows in. Here we go for 3, 2, and 1. Release. Take a rest. Crocodile, you can stack the hands and place the forehead on the hands. Neck neutral. If you're in that bird dog, we can reach back for the foot and work like a half floor bow situation from that position. So even both sides. We're on the belly. Here we go. We're coming up into our floor bow prep. Let's say that. So lift the chest, lift the hands. Now bend the knees as you lift the legs and thighs. And then we'll reach back, maybe able to reach the foot or the ankle. And that might be enough. Or we really lift the thighs, press the feet into the hands, lift the chest, lift, lift, lift for 3, 2, and 1. Release. Back to that crocodile rest. And we'll do that again. If we're not able to reach our feet, that's fine. Just bend the knees and just continuing to work that reach back and lifting of the thighs. All right, round 2. Here we go. Hands under the shoulders. Lift the chest. Lift the hands. Bend the knees as you lift the legs. Reach back for the feet, maybe ankles. And I like to flex my feet here. Create a little hook. And then squeeze knees towards one another as you lift. Lift. Maybe finding a little rocking all around the belly. Lift, lift, lift. This is it for 3, 2, 1. Release crocodile for a moment. A windshield wiper of the legs can feel nice here. Bending the knees, taking them side to side. And then go ahead when you're ready. We'll press up and back and do a child's pose. Take your time. Might feel a little tender there in the lower back. Child's pose. Forehead to the floor, the hands. So that right there, floor bow, is our wheel. Our wheel that we do on our back and come up to our hands and feet. That is our wheel upside down. So a great place to start for back bends, especially if we're working on that wheel. That floor bow is a great one to do. All right, on your next inhale, walk the hands in. We'll swing the legs around and come into a seated forward fold. So legs extend, flex the feet, and make sure the legs are strong here. So quads engaged. From there, we'll lift up, find some length. Inhale. Exhale, fold over the legs without bringing too much rounding in the back. Try to keep extension and the heart lifting up and forward. So that might mean we don't reach as far, right? Sometimes the ego gets a little hurt by that, but that's why we're here, to learn and grow, notice, be aware. And there's not much that happens once you reach the feet besides just being able to stretch further. That's it. No celebration, maybe for yourself. Celebrate for yourself, but no fireworks, anything like that. But you can have your own celebration, of course. All right, one more breath. I might have already said that already. Let's do one more here. And then we'll inhale, rise up, exhale, make our way onto our back. Hug the knees into the chest. Rock and roll a little side to side. And let's take final stretch here. Happy baby. Really just ground our back into the floor. So take the knees wide. And this could be a great place to stay, or we lift our feet up, reach behind the thighs, the calves, or the feet. Take the knees wide, lower back presses down. Maybe rock there side to side. Release when you're ready. Knees into the chest, inhale. Straighten out those legs, exhale. Straighten the arms, palms face up. Settle in, stillness, quiet. We'll take one more round of breath together. Inhale, fill up. Open mouth, exhale. Let the breath go. Now let the breath be, let the body be. And if you're coming in for yin, We'll start in a seated position, so make your way there. If you're continuing on with the yin, stay here for maybe another minute or so and then make your way up or whatever, whenever you're ready. If you're headed out, namaste. Thank you for joining Vinyasa. And we'll go ahead and slowly make our way to a seat, whether you're just coming in or feel free to stay on your back too. We'll just take the first few minutes or so, settling in. And it's always up to you too, whatever your body needs, right? If you're like, I really don't want to sit right now. Sometimes we need that, just grounding our body into the earth to take us down from our day, the energy from our day. All right, settling in. Wherever you're at, close the eyes. Bringing the awareness to the breath. No matter where we are with the breath here, lengthen it just a bit more on the inhale and lengthen it a bit more on the exhale as well.